All right, everybody, welcome back to this episode, or welcome back from the preview. We just wanted to talk about this episode 8 of the Canary Teeth, and we still do not know why the flop in the Canary Teeth. But that's the saying, maybe, who knows? Let us know in the comments below. But we continue back from Legoshi and the crew finishing up at the park, getting ready for the festival, the media festival. He is in his feelings. He's hurt because what he saw, that reaction that they had. Even so much where they actually thought that it was something that happened with uh, Juno and him. People already, asking about Juno and or like maybe he did something wrong with her. But nobody really truly understands what's going on, except one person. Um,
Oh gosh.
but so we catch him. He's really sad. He's so sad that he's all intent of trying to communicate and talk with her. It's like he's trying to find himself of how to confront her about the situation in a way, or he want to kind of say like, hey, what he's trying to insert himself and assert himself in a way
Yeah,
where he can get his answers.
he definitely is now forced to act. I think because of what he saw, he realizes he needs to, sort of shit or get off the pot, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is an aspect of Japanese culture that is less common in America. This sort of tradition of sort of confessing your feelings directly to your partner in a very literal sense, which is I think what he's trying to do is, tell her specifically how he feels. Not that Americans don't ever do that, but it's not quite a literal experience as it seems to be, at least as it's presented in Japanese media. And so that's what he seems to be trying to do. And it's interesting that she's not really phased by him being so intense. I guess because she sort of doesn't get him either way. She's just kind of going with the flow. So I kind of I respect that, I guess. He's being extremely creepy and overbearing, but it just rolls right off her back. She's like, yeah, it's just Legoshi.
He's able to find her. He creepily, in a nice way, asked her to escort her home because it's already getting late. Even the mayor of the town came up and told her that she needs to go home. They wanted to be safe for all citizens, and they
Yeah,
know at nighttime it gets a little crazy.
but it's interesting because I believe the mayor is a lion, which means he's a carnivore.
Hmm.
So that surprised me because it seemed to be I would have expected a herbivore to be the person to have that level of political power in this world. At least how it's portrayed. So
Hmm.
it's interesting to me that a carnivore has that kind of power, but also the lives of carnivores have not improved enough, at least as much as I would expect it to be.
Especially after the mayor tells them to leave, Lugosi, and Haru, they decide to go get on the train together. After they miss the train. He starts to kind of open up to her a little bit and start asking her questions, and she just don't really feel like hearing him right at this point in time. She doesn't really like his tone.
Well, it's interesting because he tells her. Well, basically, she says something along the lines of, "Are we going to talk about what happened? Where I basically tried to bang you and you rejected me?" And he's like, "I just really haven't been able to process that experience," which is a very real, a fair thing to say.
So in doing so, she tried to leave. He grabs her arm. She kind of, they kind of have an argument. It's two people. Especially when somebody grabs someone else and they don't want to be grabbed.
Yeah,
Um,
that scene to me was a great, great scene. That's one of the best scenes of the whole show for me. Was that scene when he grabs her and she's like, let me go, let me go. Because of both their past, where he had attacked her. She may not remember it, but he did attack her and try to kill her. Like that was the goal. He
uh,
he reined in that instinct, but that had happened. So she had this
uh,
traumatic experience in which she almost died. And he is so much stronger than her physically. His existence is everything about him is built to be dangerous for someone like her. So when he's grabbing her and she's saying, "Let me go," this is an opportunity now where what is this relationship going to be? Because I don't she has no other way to exert her power except verbally. So if he doesn't
mm-hmm.
listen, then there's nothing she can do. He can easily overpower her. So even though his intentions are just, I just want to talk and I don't want to give up. If they were more equally balanced, that wouldn't be such a intense situation. But because they're unequally balanced, it is, and everyone around them reacts to it as if now she's being assaulted, or she might be assaulted. People are interfering. He almost gets arrested. They run away together, but it's also her idea. She's like, immediately her switch flips from her being mad at him to her wanting to protect him from getting in
Right.
trouble because she
And
knows he's basically a good person. At least she thinks he is.
yeah, and that is one thing to notice too, especially um, thank God she's not like a terrible type of person character because any other type of character, if she's all fed up with you or something, or she doesn't care for him, she would have just agreed with the people or not even try to clear it up. And
Yeah,
thank God she's not like that.
that's another good point. I didn't even think about that. In that situation, now she does have power. She has support from others who will presumably immediately take her side. So she could have gone, yeah, he attacked me, and just walked away and let him deal with the angry mob. But she doesn't do that. She runs away.
They get away. They kind of make up a little bit, just a little bit. She just still don't understand. She's just very confused by him. Because even I was confused because there was a bathroom scene where it was in the bathroom and she even noticed that he wasn't trying to touch her, even though they was hiding or something like that. So he had his hands away from her and not on her. I don't know. Like, did she mean that in a non-pervy way, or did he mean that in a protecting, holding her way? Like he doesn't have his hands on her. So I don't.
I
That was something.
mean, I think he probably wasn't touching her because he knows about his own tenuous hold on self control, both because of his sexual attraction to her.
She's his own carnivore, almost ate her. He scratched her arm, but she didn't get a chance to see what he looked like. And he realized that, like, oh shit, like that, like she does know about that, but she doesn't know that it's him. And he doesn't want to tell her right away because he knows if he tell her, then we start a little bit later with the everybody, all the actors getting ready for their meteor shower. You see Legoshi kind of walks up on Ruiz after Bill cuts him on accident on his hand, and Ruiz is just like, get the fuck away from me, like get off of me, like why are you so close to me? And he like, and he already picks up that Legoshi knows something, and he's like, look, man, you got something to say it now. I am not afraid to talk and put you in your place about it.
I don't even. What is the tension between him and where is that even coming from?
So after that little exchange, we see our little wolf girl Juno. She comes in and like, hello everyone. Let's do our best. She's pretty much saying the same thing, and she's doing a happy version of what Luis is doing. He has to encourage everybody to do their best, but he's doing it in a more aggressive leader type way. But she's coming in and doing it with a more charismatic way, getting everybody to want to like just seeing how much she cares, how nice of a good person she is. She helped the sloth girl go from the bathroom to another place, that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, Juno. Okay, so just a little bit of information if you guys are not aware. Juno's name is the same name as the Roman goddess Juno, who is the goddess of marriage and childbirth. She's also in Greek mythology known as Hera, so she's the queen of the gods, quote unquote. So I don't know if that they gave her that name with any sort of purpose behind it or if they just picked a name because they thought it would be cool. But I know enough about Juno in mythology that she's a very vengeful goddess. Her husband cheats on her a lot, so she's really big on getting back on the women who um, sleep with her man.
mm,
So I'm a little worried for Haru because I feel like
mm,
Juno might come for her if she's anything like the goddess she's named after. I find Juno interesting because this is the first episode where I really looked at you kind of and thought, oh, Juno is a very calculating person. Juno is who she really is and who she presents are two different people. I think that she is someone who's very self aware and very smart and knows how to act to make herself more likable, which is a very what's the word I'm looking for?
Next
Rare
lady.
trait on someone so
Okay.
young to
Mm.
have that level of self-awareness, I think, as a teenager. And it's valuable certainly, but it's also very a little sociopathic.
Yeah.
um so but I may be wrong, I may be misreading her, but that's I think that she's I don't even know if the story about the sloth is true. Like that's how much I think Juno is just really, she's like, oh, I'm just this cute likable girl, like I'm just so
Yeah.
sweet. So
I don't think she would lie about something like that. I think she would go out of her way to make that a image. You know, I don't. I think she saw the sloth and that needed help, and she went out of her way to do it so she can have a good story. A little bit later, she had to stay. She stayed back to clean up the studio, and Louise he wants to go talk with her. Because I guess he's interested in the way she was conducting herself with the other classmates. And then she asked him to help teach her some dance moves. Like that's her thing. She asked everybody to help teach her some dance moves and gotta get them alone. Uh,
Maurice is I'm I really like his character. He's very smart. He immediately goes, "Uh oh, she's a threat." So that's why he's like, "I need to get to know this girl because clearly she's not just. It's not just a coincidence that she's in this club hanging out with me and everybody else."
and his intuition was right. She she puts him down on the floor and kind of holds him down. Very just to let him know, like, hey, I'm stronger than you. I'm going to beat you. You know, even though he said like, you're gonna kiss me, right? And she's like, no, like I will fucking eat your face. Oh, then kiss me.
She doesn't. She's not. She's very. I don't. I feel like you're making it sound more threatening. Her tone was not threatening. The act
Like,
was threatening. But she's very like, no, I'm not into you. I'm into Legoshi. I'm doing this to prove a point. And it's like he struggles at first, and then all of a sudden he just gives up. It's very there's a lot of tension. I was like, oh, okay. Now we got a new person we've got sexual tension with. All right. I
yeah,
kind
we
of
should call this
I almost
call
wanted
this
them to kiss. I was
episode
like,
the
yeah, let's do it. Yeah, he's totally just his supreme confidence all the time. I know that we already know that a lot of that is an act, but I just respect how he plays the game because he just, even when she pins him, he's like, oh no, what's going to happen? His mind, he's probably freaking out, but he's just totally like, all right, this is what happened. A girl pinned me down. She's stronger than me. I'm just going to have to accept this. When she tells him I'm gonna get Beastars, which is obviously what he wants, and that's been his goal, he doesn't act like she's a threat, even though she is. He goes, "Go ahead and try. You can try if you want to. I
well,
already
because
know what I'm capable of. I already know what I can do. I'm not worried about you." And he's like, and also your boy, he's not who you think he is.
he knows for her to be successful, she needs to have all three. She needs to have the perfect man, the status, and the charisma and everything. But she can't. He knows he won't be able to attain that because she's aiming for Legoshi, and he already knows that Legoshi ain't feeling her at all. He's feeling someone else. Um, so we at the next day at the meteor shower. They're getting ready again. The lights goes off. You actually notice that all the carnivores that came together with their classmates form a circle around their classmate, their herbivores, to make sure they don't get taken or eaten or attacked or something like that. So that was very noticed. That was something to notice. I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. So he realized that they're missing a student, and there's Haru, of course. Her silly butt is nowhere near to be found. So you got to sniff her out. He finds her shivering behind a tree, and he walks out to her, and she runs out like, please, grabs him.
She's literally hugging his thigh because again, she's crotch height.
And she thought that he was Louise. But you think he'll be upset about him getting called Louise. But he really wasn't. He was just more
Oh,
excited that
did he call her by? Did she call him by the wrong name? I didn't even pick up on that.
oh, yeah, she called him Louise. She said, oh,
Oh my gosh! Seriously,
yeah.
I missed that. That's crazy. Wait, what did his face look like? I didn't even.
It, well, his face was oh,
Did they show
man.
his reaction?
Yeah, he didn't really have he had a reaction like, oh my,
Oh,
like, He
he
just didn't have a
was
reaction.
he was just kind of standing there, and I just thought, he was surprised that she was hugging him. That's how I took that. Oh, she's touching me. I didn't even
Uh,
think that she called him by the wrong name. Oh man, that's wild.
but he did, he didn't get upset or nothing. He really was just happy that she was okay.
I'm sure he's upset. If that's the case, he's for sure
I don't,
upset.
I don't, I think, look, this man can't hide his emotions that well. He's already angry. He gets angry. He gets all these other emotions. So when he told her that he's just happy that she's okay, I think that's all that he really cared. He didn't care that she called him a different name.
I mean, of course he might be willing to put it aside, but I mean, why? Who wouldn't care? You would care if your girl you love called you by another guy's name.
Oh well, he's a cook, so. Um, but you know what? It's okay. But who do care and who do see is everything is Juno, and you can see Juno is losing her fucking mind. Just saying like, "Oh my god, this is ridiculous." So
She's like, I can't believe my competition is a bunny of all things. She's like, we're the same species. Who is
a
this
whole bunch.
bunny? Who the heck? She don't. If she's new to school, she probably don't even know her reputation yet. She just knows it's a
You know,
random bunny that she got to deal
she
with.
will. She
Is
will now.
this crotch height bunny? She gonna know
And
everything about her probably by next episode. Yeah, you're right. I,
and that is the episode. What'd you say?
no, I guess we'll find out if Juno really is as sweet as she professes to be. Because if she's not, she's gonna mess Haru up. It's a
Uh,
done deal for Haru.
well, there we go. So, and that is the end of episode 8. We're gonna wrap it up. So remember, like always, put comments in the comment section. Send me emails, or find me on Instagram or Twitter, Chicagojon, and Instagram, Chicagojon as well. And if you want to email Moxie, you can just message me on those, and I'll make sure she gets any weird, crazy messages I want to say.
That's Chicagojon, Jon.
Yeah.
Chicagojon.
Over.
Chicago is spelled like the city, not John. What am I doing? I can't even spell.
There we go. But anyway, that's the episode. We'll see you guys on the next one. And take care.
Thank you, everybody. See you next time.